ready to quiet down. Think we can go with the acapella choir now? We're coming in. You good with that? You ready? Good morning, everybody. All right, I know you had a whole discussion about being polite today. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. All right, we're going to start this off right now. Ben, we have a special surprise for you. The Berkeley High School a cappella choir has a song that you might recognize.
First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might, and the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army goes rolling along. Then it's hi, hi, hey, the army's on its way. Count off the cadence loud and strong. 2, 3, 4, hut, 2, 3, 4. Wherever we go, you will always know that the army goes rolling along.
Let's hear it for him. At this time, we're going to ask that those of you who are able to do so, please stand for the presentation of the colors, followed by the singing of the national anthem, and then followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Gentlemen, when you're ready.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rained clear, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic
for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. Good morning, Anderson Vikings. How are we this morning? I'd like to welcome everybody this morning. This is a great event that we're so proud to host. At this time, I'm going to introduce Mr. John Hodge from the Tunnels to Towers Foundation, and he's going to precede us in our ceremony.
I won't do the whole good morning routine again, I promise. Good morning, everybody. My name is John Hodge. I'm Chief Operating Officer for the Stephen Siller Tunnel to Towers Foundation out of New York City. We are a 9/11 organization named in honor of firefighter Stephen Siller, who was tragically killed along with his fellow firefighters from Squad 1 on September 11th, 2001. We are here today to celebrate the actions of a true American hero, are we not? By the end of today, you're going to find out that this is really a story about a hero helping a hero. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. I have lots of thank yous. A program of this size and this magnitude does not happen without tremendous cooperation from a really large number of people, so please bear with me. First of all, I want to say a big, hearty thank you. Principal Ross, we came to you, you said yes. Let's hear it for Principal Ross. I'd also like to thank the Berkeley High School Marching Band. The a cappella choir, didn't they sound fantastic? The Berkeley School District and your superintendent, Dennis McDavid. Thank you, sir. For those of you who are watching it on video outside, we also certainly want to thank the Berkeley Police Department for being here for the color guard and for providing the protection and the escort we needed outside to get a hero into this building. Thank you so much. I'd also like to thank the Berkeley Fire Department for helping us out with their escort today also. We are very pleased today that we have members of the Board of Education or Community School Board. You guys just stand up for a minute so we can acknowledge you if you're here today, as well as City Council members. Let's hear it for them, please. If you look over on the screen over here to my right, your left, you see a tremendous number of sponsors. We are here today because we're in the process of putting together and building a home for Staff Sergeant Ben Eberle. We cannot and would not be able to do what we do if it were not for the entities that are up on that board over there. So please take a look at it. Go home and tell your parents about it. We have a couple of the sponsors that are actually here with us today, and I'd like them to stand up to be acknowledged. We have the folks from Carpet One, Independent Carpet One. Could you stand up for a second, please? And CCA Global. Let's hear it for them. I also want to acknowledge Home Depot, a very big part of what we do all across the country. Is anyone here from Home Depot today? Let's hear it for them. I didn't recognize you. You weren't in orange. I had no way of knowing. Thank you for being here this morning. And of course, Dead Center. I'm sure no big deal in the Detroit metro area. The primary sponsor, the primary donor for Sergeant Ben Eberle's house is GMC. They're here with us today, so GMC, stand up just for a second, please. Yeah. Thank you all for allowing me to do that. We are going to move right along with the program right now. We are here because there was an interview on one of the local stations, I guess about a month or so ago, where Destination Imagination team had some of their members, some of your schoolmates, in an interview in studio. It was sent to us in New York. We were just so tremendously impressed with the fact that it was so important to the students of the Berkeley School District to support Sergeant Ben Eberle and in the larger sense, the program where we're building homes all across the country, that's when we called up and said, boy, we really want to try and put something together. And you're going to see it's a big day because they're going to be raising the very first walls on his house in just a little while. With that, I think we want to recognize the Destination Imagination team next, and I'm going to ask that Principal Ross and Principal Scott Francis from Pattongill Elementary School please come on up.
So as Mr. Hodge said, a lot of this was spawned upon by our Destination Imagination group. We are so proud of the students in our district that are involved with this group. First, I want to thank Staff Sergeant Eberle for his service to our country and everything that he's done for us. I think it's very easy sometimes to lose focus and take for granted the freedoms and the protection that we have living in the United States of America. And it is because of people like Staff Sergeant Ben Eberle that affords us these opportunities and this protection and this safety. So I challenge all of you to remember this day, because along with those freedoms sometimes comes sacrifice. And so we are very blessed and honored to be a part of the ceremony today, to give back to someone who has given quite a bit for us to be here today. The other thing I want to say is, unfortunately, when unfortunate circumstances happen, sometimes great things happen from that. And our Destination Imagination group in our district has done just that. These students have done phenomenal work to, again, spur this project and get us to this day today. And so at this time, we're going to call up our Destination Imagination students. I'll start first with our two 7th grade students from Anderson Middle School, Amaya Ayton. And Elise Essemacher.
Emma Salmon. Lilith Fleischhauer. Corinne Jordan. And Nevin Osmacher. This is your team.
Thank you, Mr. Ross and Mr. Francis. So I'm Elise Essemacher. In the United States, there are over 1 million service members who are living with severe service-connected disabilities. 200 of them are on the waiting list to have a smart home built. When my team started this project, we realized that to these service members who are injured, home isn't home anymore. Their houses just aren't functional and don't accommodate their needs. When my fellow classmates here at AMS learned this, I asked them to write letters to Mr. Eberle. Here are just a few of the feelings expressed in these letters. I'm so happy that you're getting a house that fits your needs, a house that you can relax in, a house that feels like home. Superman and Batman are nothing. You are the real hero. I hope that your new house is just as great as you are. America the Beautiful wouldn't be as beautiful without you. As you can hear from these letters, all of us are very grateful to Mr. Eberle.
Thank you, Elise. Hi, my name is Amaya Ayton. We are honored to be here today to pay tribute to Staff Sergeant Ben Eberle, who made huge, life-changing sacrifices while serving our country. Every day, brave men and women go out to defend our homeland. And as citizens, we take their duty for granted and often fail to recognize the effects on those who have served. And we also underestimate the value of what a home is. And in learning more about Staff Sergeant Eberle and his service, my teammates and I now understand how important it is that we not only never forget their service, but actively work to help them upon their return. I first heard about Building for America's Bravest from my father, who works for GMC, which was already supporting the organization. When our team watched a video created by GMC for their Enlist Me campaign, we were all overwhelmed by the many different emotions we felt, and we wanted to help. Through our Destination Imagination project, we raised almost $3,000. I want to thank Mr. Hodge and Mr. McClure from Building for America's Bravest, Mrs. Mazika, Mr. Ayotte, and Mr. Latek from GMC, Mrs. Essenmacher, our team manager, and Mr. Ross and Mrs. Stilger for hosting this event here at Anderson. Staff Sergeant Eberle, we are incredibly grateful for your service, and we'd like to present you with this check. Please stand and give a round of applause to show our appreciation to Staff Sergeant Ben Eberle. Thank you.
Hold it higher. Hold it higher. I think they're all proud of you. What do you think?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I think so, too. Thank you.
And just so you know, they have a gift that they presented Ashley and Haley over here also, a special little gift. Girls, we'll be back to you guys in just a little while. We are so very proud of you. God bless you for what you did. It's because of children such as yourself that, as an old-timer, I have incredible faith in the future of this country. Thank you so much, and just take a seat for a few minutes, please. We'll be back to you. Wasn't that spectacular? One more time. Let's hear it for him. It was just great. Their story and the story of what they were doing is what really touched our hearts back in New York, and it's one of the reasons we're here today. Another reason we're here today and able to say that we are building homes for America's bravest, in particular Staff Sergeant Ben Eberle today, is that we, Tunnel to Towers Foundation, we have a program under Tunnel to Towers called Building for America's Bravest. We're part of a gala in Detroit last June with our buddies at GMC. At that gala, they announced that we were now going to be their national charity of choice, which, of course, we're thrilled to hear. And they also raised hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars to get this home built in one night, basically. We're so proud to have them as partners now and moving forward. We have the U.S. Marketing Director, Mr. Rich Latek, with us here today, and I'd like to ask him to come on up and just say a few words and maybe tell us a little bit about Enlist to OnList, which is what the banner is behind us. Rich, come on up, please, buddy.
All right, good morning, everyone. It's pretty tough to follow the Destination Imagination group, but I'm going to try to do my best. Hey, what a great morning. That entrance was just incredible, so thank you so much for that. You know, at GMC, we are very, very honored to be here today, and we are very proud to be sponsors and partners with the Stephen Siller Tunnel to Towers Foundation and their Building for America's Bravest. We couldn't be more proud to be associated with that. My team, along with Leo Burnett, the two creatives are here today, came up with an idea called #EnlistMe, and we wanted to start a social movement. And the idea was to enlist to unlist. So as you heard Amaya say earlier, there are 200 people, soldiers, heroes like Ben, that are on waiting lists for smart homes. So our campaign, we set out there to make sure that people enlisted to unlist the waiting veterans. And I see some of the t-shirts in the audience today. So if you go to #enlistme, you can find more about that. But I really want to thank again Superintendent McDavid, Principal Ross, Principal Francis, the board, the faculty, but most of all of the students here today for your dedication and your incredible participation in this event. I'm very, very proud of you. But what I really want to give a special thanks and a shout out is to the Berkeley's Destination Imagination. What an incredible, incredible group. They had a vision, and they had dedication to set out to raise money to help us build Ben's home. I hope they've inspired you as much as they inspired me to give back to the community and to see if we can do more. So I want to personally thank Corinne, Emma, Elise, Lilith, Nevitt, and Amaya for your outstanding work. Thanks again.
All right, so we have a little surprise. Are you guys, we didn't even tell you where the house is going to be built yet, did we? All right. So the foundation is in, and it's being built in Alpena, Michigan. That's where the Eberles wanted to live. So they're staying, and Ben grew up close to there in Mayo. Okay, and that's why he picked that area, because they love it up there so much. We have a little surprise for you guys. We are going to toss it to Dave, who is live in Alpena, Michigan at the construction site right now. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning, John. It's a cold but great day here, and what an exciting scene we have. And Sergeant Eberle, I know you're going to be excited when you see what we're about to show you, this incredible home. I am joined right now by Steve Diamond from GMC. Steve, good morning. Cold, but a great day to be here, huh?
It is a great day to be here, Dave.
Well, and it's a great day for Alpena. What does it mean to Alpena to have a smart home built here and have one of America's bravest, Sergeant Ben Eberle, as a resident here in Alpena?
Well, at GMC, we're really proud to support this effort, and the people of Alpena are really proud to have Ben be living here with his family. We're really looking forward to having this house built and having the family move in the near future.
Well, it's really exciting. In fact, let's take a little walk around, if you don't mind, here in Alpena. And it is a construction site here, so there's not a whole lot of technology, but one of the great pieces of technology is this GMC Sierra. And how handy to have this beautiful truck here, because the live stream that we're sending back to Berkeley right now, we're sending through this GMC Sierra truck. Tell us all about that, Steve.
Yes, we're using 4G LTE Wi-Fi as our hotspot here, and it's available powered through OnStar on all our GMC vehicles.
That's amazing technology, and it's working great, and we really appreciate everything that GMC is doing and having this truck here and making it all work. So now, with that said, let's take a walk over and take a look at the home, and the contractor that's been making all of it happen is Tom Mail. Tom, good morning.
Good morning.
So here it is. Very exciting to see the home. You guys have been working hard out in the cold, and it's an exciting time. Tell us about how the construction's been going.
It's been going a little slow, but we're plugging along.
Okay, well, you're doing pretty well considering the cold weather. And we have an exciting moment right now, Tom, because we are actually going to put up the first wall right now for everyone to see. So you all ready to have your crew do that?
We're ready.
All right. Back in Berkeley, here it is, the first wall on the home, on Ben Eberle's new home. Let's put it up. I've never really done play-by-play before for a wall going up, but is there anything special they need to do to make this happen?
Sliding off the end and falling over.
Okay. All right, guys, we're ready, whatever you are.
Come on, let's hear it for it. First wall's going up.
Here you go. There you go. So before we send it back to you, I just want to say congratulations on the great job here, and Mr. Diamond. The beautiful view. We could see the lake here, and just a great day, and it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful place to live, huh?
Great day, and the first wall of many. We're looking forward to that.
All right, guys. Well, good luck with the construction. And John, that's what's happening up here in Alpena. We'll send it back to you unless you have any questions.
I don't think we have any questions right now. Before we end the ceremony today, we're coming back to you, and we're expecting to have all the walls up by then. Is that correct?
And we'll have the whole house done. No problem.
We'll
No, they're
check
doing a
back in
great
with you
job.
just at
Thank
the
you.
end of the ceremony, Dave. Thanks, buddy.
Okay, thank you, John.
All right, so that's great. The first wall just went up, right? Normally we do a groundbreaking ceremony, but the ground has been frozen up there for about 2 years now. So, so that's why we wanted to do the wall. It's actually one of those, marks in a construction project. It's really a big deal. Girls, we had you up here already. Girls and gentlemen, we had you up here already. I'm going to ask that you come on back up for a few seconds. We have a couple things for you. While they're coming up, I am going to tell you a little bit of a story. I told you that we're part of Tunnel to Towers Foundation. It's actually the Stephen Siller Tunnel to Towers Foundation out of New York City, named in honor of a firefighter who was killed on September 11th. I'm going to tell you his story because now you're going to understand why I said at the top of this is about a hero helping a hero. Stephen Siller was off duty that day, had just gotten off duty, and was heading home to play golf with his brothers in a place called Staten Island, New York, a suburb of New York City, kind of like Berkeley's suburb to Detroit. He's on his way home. He hears this call in the scanner of his pickup truck about what's happening at the World Trade Center. He whips his truck around, goes flying back to his firehouse in Park Slope, Brooklyn, Squad 1. He grabs all of his gear, but the fire trucks had rolled at that point, so he wasn't going to be deterred. He throws the gear in the back of his pickup truck and gets out on a highway known as the Brooklyn-Queens Expressway to get into Manhattan through the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. While he's on the expressway, you can see clear across New York Harbor. He can see what's unfolding at the World Trade Center. He's determined to get there. As he's getting closer to that tunnel, to get into the tunnel to get to New York, all inbound traffic to New York City had been closed off at that point. Traffic had backed up onto the highway. He couldn't move. His car's in the middle lane, can't pull off to his shoulder. He abandons his truck right in the middle of that highway. And he gets out, and he puts on about 60, 65 pounds of his bunker gear, firefighter gear, and he starts to run. And he ran. He ran from where he was on that highway through that tunnel, which is the longest vehicular tunnel in the United States, and through the streets of Lower Manhattan, where he hooked up with his fellow firefighters from Squad 1 in Brooklyn. And all 12 of them perished in the collapse of the South Tower. Was he not a hero also? His family members, of which I'm one, decided that we were not going to let his memory or the memory of all the first responders, it's so important. We tell his story. We tell it in honor of the 343 firefighters and the police and the Port Authority police, all who perished that day. Something like 414 first responders perished on that one day. We tell his story in honor of that. Why did I tell you this story? Because I want you girls to know what we're about to give you here. We have 2 gifts. I'm so sorry about that. Okay. I'm so sorry. See, you're not hair follically challenged like me, so it's not as easy. Okay, in any case, what we have here is it's a commemorative challenge coin for the 15th year, because believe it or not, probably most of you weren't even born when this happened. It'll be 15 years this September 11th. We have a challenge coin. I think if we can put it up on the screen. Danny? All right, it's coming up on the screen so you guys can see what it is. It was developed for us by the folks who run the tunnel, and we did it in conjunction with them, and you can see. It means a tremendous amount to us. It has, you can see on the right side, that's our logo of Stephen running through the tunnel, along with the other first responders. And on the other side, where it says Brooklyn, that's from the tunnel folks themselves. We retrace Stephen's final steps every year in a Tunnel to Towers run. They're all over the country, but we do one in New York. The first year we had about 2,000 people. Last year we had over 30,000 people there, commemorating his run and what he did that day. We have, if you would just pass this down, we have a challenge coin for each and every one of you with heartfelt thanks from the Stephen Siller Tunnel to Towers Foundation for this commemorative edition coin. Okay? Rich, you want to pass these down? There we go. And then we have something else very special to us. I just told you about the FDNY. It's called the Fire Department for New York, FDNY. They were so impressed with what you guys did and so happy with what you did that you're all getting an FDNY cap. Okay? And pass that down. Give me a hug. Come on. Here we go. One at a time. God bless you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for what you did. Okay? One more. Here we go. Dan, are we ready on the rendering? Ready to go? Okay. Aren't you guys wondering what that wall went up, what it's going to look like eventually? All right, let's put it up on the screen. This is what his house is going to look like when it's all done. In 5, 4. There we go. Isn't it beauty? We're going to need something for the superintendent now. Okay. Yeah, you can hold on. David is the last one? Yep. So we have hooked up with the crazy general contractor in Alpena who's building through sub-zero temperatures, and our goal, we may not achieve it due to weather, but it's only because of weather, our goal is to have that house done by the end of April. In which case, we'll make sure you guys all know about it, and maybe we'll broadcast it live when we have the ceremony back here in this gymnasium so you guys can see what all of you helped to create, okay? When something like this so spectacular happens, it doesn't happen without the proper leadership at the top. Trust me, I know. I ran a city for 8 years in Connecticut where I live. From the fabulous choir to the super marching band, Destination Imagination, and even you guys have been spectacular today. We have a special gift for the school district, so I'd like to ask the superintendent to come on up, please. And actually, why don't 2 principals come on up again, too, and Chris Ayat also. Here we go. So this guy here is Chris Ayat. He's from GMC, and he's the one we first met up with that kind of got a lot of the ball rolling with this. So let's hear it for Chris Ayat, okay? Hey, come on over here, folks. So I told you Steven's story. Obviously, it's tough to tell. You know what it means to us. We, because of this spectacular district, would like to make a special presentation to you, sir. And this presentation, from Tunnel to Towers and from GMC, no other, from our extensive research, Google and Wikipedia, no other school district in the United States would have this. We would like, and you can figure out how to share it with the schools. This is something that's very near and dear to us. We'd like to present you with the shadow box that has a small piece of steel from the South Tower. So you can have it, and as far as we know, there's no other school district in the United States that has a piece of steel from the World Trade Center. With thanks from us. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Sure. Okay, we're almost towards the end now. So where is the school staff photographer? This next one's going to be a biggie. So you want to help all across the country, right, guys? I mean, I know you're proud of your hometown hero, but you want to help all across the country. So one way you can do that is we're going to ask all of you now, is the photographer in place? We want to memorialize this. Okay. Please stand by. What we're going to ask, we're going to do a little drill. We'll do a practice run while we're waiting for the photographer, okay? Who's going to probably come over this way to shoot back this way. GMC created a program called #EnlistMe or Enlist to OnList. We have a waiting list of at least 200 service members, just like Staff Sergeant Eberle, need homes. And one of the ways we get the word out about what we do and what we're doing and are able to get more homes built is we are going to ask that you all do this for us, and then it will be, hopefully, who knows, maybe this one will go viral like some others have, all over the website, all over the internet. We're going to ask you to do the following. We're going to ask you, would you like to come up? This is our Vanna White here today. Okay, yeah. Okay, we'd like you to make the American Sign Language for house. And they're going to demonstrate for you how it's done. Can we do a practice run on this? Yeah. Put your flags on your laps, because you don't want to put them on the ground, but put your flags on your laps, please. And the idea is we want the entire assembly making house hands. Beautiful. I'll tell you what, the guys at the top by the windows, put your hands up high. That looks great with the silhouette up there. Beautiful. 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 Everybody's making them everywhere? I know it's tough with musical instruments. All right. All right, you guys give me the high sign when you're all done. We're good? Okay, thank you, everybody. All right, I think it's about time we hear from the man himself, don't you?
Good morning. Thank you. Thank you. I can't believe this. This is all a surprise to me. I didn't know anything about it. My wife didn't tell me nothing about it other than we were coming down here and we were doing the assembly and coming to the school, and this is a big surprise to me. This is something else. It really is. The support from the children. Thank you so much for everything. The support from you gals and guys that put together the donation, got everything going. I just appreciate that. It's just something else, especially from children. That's I can't believe it. You know, it really is just something else. I don't even know what to say. I didn't write a speech. I wasn't prepared for this. Sorry about that. But you know, coming down here and going down the street with the marching band, bring this along to the school, and then coming up here and going through the hallways with everybody cheering us on and waving the flag, that's, you know, very patriotic, and it's just something that I'm going to remember for the rest of my life, and I really appreciate everybody and everything that you do. Thank you for all the sponsors that are putting this together and getting our house built. Every day that goes by is just, it's very exciting because our builder, Tom Mail, he gets a hold of us all the time, and we go down there almost every day, as long as weather dependent. You know, and we get there, and there's always some type of construction and something different every day at that place, and it's just being a part of this organization and all the men and women, injured service members like myself and their families. It's just one big family, and we really appreciate everybody's support, and thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Can I get a hug from you? Best one of all. Love you guys. Thank you. Look at that shot, huh? God bless America. Well, it's one heck of a shot, isn't it? You guys have done yourselves proud today, believe me. Are we ready on the board over there to toss it back to Dave in balmy Alpena, Michigan? Dave, how we doing, buddy?
John, we're doing great, and I just want to let you know construction is moving along really quickly. Right behind us, Steve Diamond from GMC, you can see they almost have another wall done, and it's amazing how quickly this house is going up, hopefully for that April deadline. But it's a beautiful wooded site, a great home. And Steve, what about that lake behind us?
It's a beautiful lake back there. It's a cold day, but I can feel it getting warmer as these walls go up every minute.
All right, so that's the story from Alpena. And back to you, John. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dave. Stay warm, buddy. Okay. We're heading towards home here. We are going to end now with the choir singing America the Beautiful. And then the band is going to play as everyone exits the gymnasium. If you're with the media, there are going to be interviews immediately following in the media center. So please head that way. And with that, I'm going to turn it over. I can't just tell you how impressed we are and how happy we are that we came here today. And from the bottom of my heart, and I can tell you right now, there are people all over the country watching this right now through the internet, and certainly at our home office in New York City. You have touched our hearts, and thank you so very much. You guys have a wonderful day.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of gray, for purple mountain majesties.